Lax Sports Network presents the College Lacrosse Game of the Week. Live from Sherwood Stadium in Hempstead, New York, the 13th ranked Hofstra Pride hosts the Princeton Tigers of the Ivy League. Byrne turns around, fires, and scores.
Offense again, they don't have to rush. Shot clock is off.
Osman behind the back, sneaks past Concannon, and Princeton is back on top. So overtime about to begin, and Clark was able to clamp down on it, and Courier has an early beat on it. Ground ball picked up by Hofstra though. Brendan Lynch ahead of the pack. Hofstra, here's an opportunity. 4-on-3. Byrne goes low, shoots, scores! Hofstra wins! Back for Hofstra, the points have really come from the midfield. Byrne, whoa! That was impressive. Josh Byrne. The Duke Blue Devils are always in the conversation for a national title, and this year is no different. Led by one of the game's best players in Miles Jones, Duke comes into today with the country's second highest scoring offense. It's a top 15 clash as the Blue Devils and Crimson battle in Hempstead. Joe Lang cutting. Lang looking right on the crease. Quick stick goal. Brendan Newman puts it in for a 12 spot.
They look sharp on both ends, in between the lines, and even they finish off there with a huge check against arguably the best player in the country. So just a little exclamation point there as the game ends.
Well, celebration is on for Harvard twofold. They knock off number 4 Duke, and they do it in regulation.
Live from Ford Field on the campus of SMU, the defending national champion and number 1 team in the nation, the Denver Pioneers, taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. This is Sanders. Rolling towards the front. Fees, oh, that's a pretty goal. Daniel Craig with a highlight reel finish. The Nittany Lions have a 2-goal edge. Ament fires and scores. The largest lead of the game for the Nittany Lions. It's now 11-7 over number 1 Denver. Upsets is complete. Penn State 15-10 winners over the defending national champion and number 1 ranked Denver Pioneers.
Look, it's late March, so it's just one win. It's not even in conference. But with what you guys have dealt with, whether it be in the offseason, throughout this year, what's the value of this win against the top team in the country?
I will say this, just taking it away from the value, just the value of having these guys smile after the summer that we went through and the year that we've gone through, and watching these guys tear up and show emotion about a teammate. This is it's a great feeling. So I'm happy for these guys. I'm proud of them. You take anything about RPI or wins out of it, and you just say you can just feel great for these guys that they can smile.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field. The first semifinal, of course, is North Carolina and Loyola. The second one, the top seed Maryland, the 5-seed Brown.
As a great opportunity, and there's the ball game. Colin Heacock, the game winner from Maryland. The Terps are going back to the national championship game to take on North Carolina on Monday.
Jack Kelly played wonderful. They were riding him the whole time. Unbelievable lacrosse game. Fans got treated to something special. And as we talked about it earlier, the keys, that 1-2 punch, Rambo to Heacock at the end in overtime, really turned out to be, the backbreaker there.
There it is. Wow. Who else but Chris Cloutier?
Unreal. I don't think anything's changed. As much as we have all this development, and kids come to you maybe a little bit better, it's not what you do, it's what you do when you get there, and to me, players are made, they're not born, and they got to buy into the culture, and they got to work hard on getting better. And we've always had a great culture there.
What point in the game were you like, you know what, the Terps, they're going down, it's the Tar Heels' year?
You could see the energy level that UNC brought to the field. And again, we talked about it when we Skyped in last week. This is the first time they went to a noon game. Maryland had the late game on Friday night. It was 1,000 degrees, no excuse against them. They looked a step slower to me the entire game.
The 2017 college lacrosse season is officially underway, and Lax Sports Network begins the season with a little bit of history. Tonight, live from Krensler Field in Cleveland, Ohio, it's the first ever Division I college lacrosse game for the Cleveland State Vikings as they host the Michigan Wolverines.
Stretching out the defense right now. I mean, they're kind of faking in the crease. They're almost going an open set, and then when they dodge, they put one guy on.
Wendell goes top shelf and scores the first goal of the game.
From Short Stadium in Hempstead, New York, it's women's lacrosse as the Hofstra Pride play host to one of the perennial powerhouses in the women's game, the #1 ranked Maryland Terrapins.
What about Wanted? Check out this individual effort from Caroline. Makes the knockdown, scoops up the ground ball, spins, and she's going to win. The 18-7 your final of this one. Zoe Stukenberg. I mean, she came on Lax Sports Network this week. That's why she scored 5 goals.
Got to be what it is.
Yeah, lesson to all you players out there. If you come on LSN, you're going to have a great game.
We have an in-state rivalry today. The Towson Tigers hosting the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. Drenner curls and scores. First one today for Ryan Drenner, his 10th of the season. And Towson matches its largest lead in the number 16. Towson Tigers pull off the upset and knock off number 7 Johns Hopkins. Snowy conditions pushed a top 20 matchup back, but now we're ready for number 17 Ohio State and number 11 Towson. Ohio State stays undefeated, improves to 8-0 and 3-0 on the road. Number 17 in the country, topping number 11 Towson. We have a 2016 NCAA tournament rematch. Towson upset the number 2 seed Denver a year ago in the Mile High City. Now the two teams meet in Towson, Maryland. Woodall is a transfer from High Point, so they did not go against each other in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Canazero's second, a fist pump and a 5-goal lead for Denver. Ball comes loose, Adams had it. And the ricochet, back in for Walker. Denver is back up 4 goals.
And handing Hofstra their first loss of the year. Clean face-off win for Gallagher. Gallagher charging ahead, moving right on the crease. Tierney's shot, stopped in front. The shot again on the rebound, save by Granito. Drexel victorious today, and there are no more remaining unbeaten teams in NCAA Division I lacrosse.
Never quite got through, stripped of the ball, it's loose in front. Collected by JMU, backhand shot finished. What a finish by number 28, Elena Romsberg.
And that'll do it. For the second straight year, the CAA tournament is coming to Johnny Unitas Stadium. The Towson Tigers defeat the Hofstra Pride 10-8 and claim home field advantage for next week's CAA tournament.
Like I said, dude, that's not a Colorado play. No. Q's going to heave it towards the goal, and a goal! A goalie goal! A goalie goal in Salt Lake City, Utah. A goalie goal. I don't care who you cheer for. That was amazing.
Coach, we can hear the emotion in your voice. That last huddle after the game, what did you say to the team? What did the team say back to you? Who addressed you? If you could share that.
Well, the big thing was, just told them that I loved them, and they're my 49 sons, and that I'll always be there for them and help out in any way I can.
Got a sprint here.
Tierney, his pass well outside for Byrne. Turnover with the second to play. They let it go. Does it count? It does. UMass stuns Hofstra. Dan Muller does the job as time expires.
CAA Player of the Year, Haley Warden. Now over to Hannah Haven. Still 30 seconds on the possession clock. In traffic, bounce shot goes! The CAA Player of the Year coming up when they need it most. James Madison headed to the championship game. As for now, this is Sinakori. Feet in front, Asher wins it! History for Elon. For the first time in program history, they've won a conference tournament game. The sites for today's championship game in the NCAA Division I between Ohio State and Maryland. So Ohio State is into the national championship game for the first time in school history. As for Maryland, well, they've been here before. This is now their 10th championship game appearance since winning their last title back in 1975.
This is the best feeling I ever had. Words can't express this. The 4 years as Team Fort, all the alumni up there, I love them so much. And ever since this program started, we, I don't even know what to say. It's too much, it's exciting.
Coming to Maryland was so much more. This is more than a lacrosse team. You know, this is a family, and this was everything I ever dreamed or hoped of. This was way more.
It chooses to do.
Camizio, the defensive midfielder, feeds. Saiba wins it!
Wow.
Villanova.
What a game.
Its second straight upset of the season. The Wildcats take down number 5 Yale.
In Amherst, Massachusetts, the Minutemen of UMass host the top-ranked team in the country, the Albany Great Danes. Anthony Reale, the short stick D-midi, bounce feed from Nanticoke, and Field scores! My goodness. No scoring yet, nearly 4 minutes into quarter number 2. Oh, man. Wow. Fields to Nanticoke. My goodness, another outstanding play. Nanticoke there. He comes in and flings it home in the upper left 90 this time. The 4th goal for the freshman, Dahoga Nanticoke.
He's so smooth when he moves across.
That duo at it again. Bottom shelf this time. Nanticoke. Nanticoke hanging out in the middle. Fields crashing. He scores as the flag comes in. Fields with the rock.
He's got the shorty here. This is a tough match for them. Wow.
Off the top of the crossbar and down. Fields and Dahoga and Nanticoke combined for 10 goals, 10 assists in this thrashing.
They're a work in progress, and the fact that they got out today and they really looked for each other and they really worked well together, and then integrated the rest of the team with them as well. And that's what they have to do moving forward. They got to be able to be a dual threat, and it'll be pretty hard to stop when they can go out and play like that.
We're trying not to let it get to our heads. We keep telling each other it's only a number, right? So it's March now, so we want to be number 1 at the end of May, and right now we're trying to do everything we can just to get better and better each week, and we're not focusing on a number next to our name right now. We're just focusing on improvement individually and with our team.
Short Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University, the 9th-ranked team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels visit the Hofstra Pride. Shot clock is on now as Giannis, has it off a screen from Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh gets it back, shovels a shot behind him, and he beats Pazula.
Channeling his inner Lyle Thompson.
Jumped out on North Carolina. Led 7-0 at halftime, and they knock off the Tar Heels.
We have a matchup of 2 of the top teams in the nation as the number 3 Duke Blue Devils at 6-1 visit the 20th ranked Towson Tigers. Towson stays in zone. Creeping back up top. And line. There's Gutterding. Kabang. Duke retakes the lead.
Coach, what do you take away from this weekend now as you get set for the back half of this schedule to get ready for, the ACC tournament, the postseason of what? What do you take away from this weekend from your team?
I think it was great. It was spring break. We spent a lot of time together. We spent time now this weekend on the road, which was really important. And I think that we still got a long way to go.
They haven't been generating as many opportunities as they'd like to.
Spence to Bennett, the backhand goes again.
I can't believe that.
Boy.
For both teams, you never know where it's going to come from. Down low, they get it. Going low and scoring from her. What a big one for the redshirt freshman. Because he didn't have a backup. And Towson will head back to the CAA tournament for the 7th straight time. And the broken play, they find Bowering off the pipe.
Wow.
Man. Reed Bowering from point-blank range.
A bid to the CAA title game is at stake. Chetner with Duff defending. Chetner the feed. Severo the score! Towson's going back to the CAA championship game. The defending champions have been knocked off. And for the first time in 6 years, the UMass Minutemen are CAA champions and are going to the NCAA tournament.
was up to the challenge in the first overtime period.
Right to the front, and there's the winner. Who else?
Gaudian.
Who else? Kristen Gaudian, the CAA scoring leader. Well, no overtime necessary this afternoon. The James Madison Dukes leading wire to wire. CAA champions for the 11th time in school history.
From the time kids first pick up a lacrosse stick, this is the dream. The Memorial Day weekend stage is set. Just 4 teams are left here at Gillette Stadium. By the end of today, we will be down to just 2.
So many great guys that I love to death and we'll go to battle with any day of the week. And the credit to Duke, they played a great game.
Just incredibly proud of our guys. Just kept battling and fighting like they have all year. So obviously very disappointed to see the journey end.
It wasn't too big of a stage. I think that was the biggest concern for a lot of people. We came out and we played Wesleyan lacrosse.
Back when Game 1 was played back on February 1st, more than 70 teams had the goal of hoisting a championship trophy here on Memorial Day. Now we're down to 2. Yale and Duke, the last ones standing. One more game, one more opportunity, one more chance to forever call yourself a national champion.
I know this is always the dream, but could you have imagined the season playing out the way it did?
I mean, it's really hard to imagine. We just kind of hope, and we worked every day for it, and it ended up working out in our favor.
This is the one thing we set out to accomplish, and we freaking did it. So, amazing feeling right now. Just amazing.
Championship Sunday is here at Laval Stadium. Matt Shortis and Tracy Wiener with you.
Standing here with the national champion coach, Shelly Claysball.
And we've got a loose ball push. He'll give it to Hopkins. Quickly the other way, and Epstein on the board for the first time in his Hopkins career. Alex Woodall is still in there. Wins another one to Brendan Sunday. Give him a 6-pack. The upset is complete. The Tigers knocking off the 7th-ranked team in the country, 17-8. It's now to King. Around to Mailman. Shimmy shake, and he delivers. Colin Mailman's got his 2nd straight hat trick. And still no DeHoga. Has not played since about the 11-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Excuse me? Here he is, the old announcer jinx, as DeHoga draws the quick double team. No look pass. Patterson's got 4. DeHoga with his first assist of the day.
Applied Albany last year. We saw it in the tournament against Loyola.
Nanacoke, one-man show. DeHoga Nanacoke making his presence felt. Working from X, gets it back out top to Sunday. Sunday bodies down the alley, dives across. Brendan Sunday with a highlight reel finish. Hanlon shakes, finds Lindley on the backside.
Oh
how did Canto keep it out?
What a save. Canto.
Tyler Canto is save number 12, and it is by far his best. What's up in the stick of Spencer?
It's an example of how much they trust Lindley, though, right? They throw the ball to him no matter what, if he's guarded or not. But they're also really looking for a spark here, for something to happen.
Spencer finally gets one to go.
Left, and then really came back with 7. Really well done by Tassel.
Woodall wins the faceoff, and that will do it. For the first time since 1992 and the 3rd time ever, the Tigers have knocked off the #1 team in the country.
They're not getting slide drawn from the inside.
Big hit from Ford to get, from Beckwith to get the ball back. Dylan Beckwith laying the lumber. And here he comes quickly. Beckwith, one-handed finish.
Are you kidding me?
There's one for the highlight reel. Scored his 6th goal of the game, which ended up being the game winner. Step down from Ford. A different hero tonight, but 2 for 2 on the week for Fairfield, and the Stags win it in overtime.
Has been so familiar, such an integral part of that program. Wow.
That one might count. Ryan Tierney just tased the top of the net.
Far, Kitchen is scoreless. Kitchen, tough shot, buries it. Flags come in after the finish.
Never a dull moment when you're looking at the Minutemen. Behind the back finish. The freshman Gabriel Prosek won for his highlight reel. Bucaro, one of the fastest guys on the field at the moment. And he works from X, looking for the dive. And it's good. Daniel Bucaro, his first goal of the game, his 14th of the season.
So Joanne Blow just needs to, knows his team needs to limit these
Back-to-backs, and they got a hidden ball trick off. Ryan Terefenko scores. Gabe Stein was looking to the left side, and the goal was wide open, and Terefenko scores.
6 Buckeye tallies. Look right on the crease, and a behind-the-back goal for Trey LeClaire.
And another chance for an extended possession for the Minutemen. Big pick at X. Cutnella gets it back to Conley, backhand finish. Chris Conley showing off the muscles. He's got a hat trick, and UMass is back up 1. Delaware gave them their best shot. But UMass, the defending CAA tournament champions, they do it again in the regular season. The Minutemen are your top seed. The CAA tournament will be at Garber Field next week. Colin Mailman races in. Backhand finish. Colin Mailman's got a hat trick. And they are headed to the CAA championship game. For the first time since 2014, the Dragons will play for the CAA title. Frommer trying to get around that crease. He can at first, tries again. How did he squeeze it in? And the Tigers, once again roaring as the top team in the CAA. For the 4th time in 5 years, the Tigers, your CAA tournament champions.
Perella corrals it. Now Perella gonna try to outrun the defense. Alyssa Perella still with it. Shoots and scores! Second of the game for Perella, number 84 on the season. Third consecutive year, James Madison is your CAA Women's Lacrosse Champions.
When we look at the other semifinal, the first one, Virginia and Duke, it's been more than 3,000 days since the Cavaliers have beaten Duke. When you can put that in a game note for a program, that's insane. When you look at these two programs, how big of a hurdle is it for Virginia knowing that Duke's been the team that's kind of been a bugaboo for them?
Yeah, 19 of 20, 11 in a row. It's the game they wanted, though.
You know, we came here as a team, and we're leaving as a team. And for that, the tears come from the realization that it's over.
Kind of at a loss for words, just based off of the fact that the season's over.
It's Championship Monday, a live look at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Yale, Virginia, will go home the 2019 national champion.
For Virginia, year 3 under Lars Tiffany, I think people expected him to compete. Is this ahead of schedule for Virginia to be championship game Monday at this point?
And to end it this way, it's honestly surreal.
This game was given to us by Native Americans. It was, the creator. They played the PZ creator, but they also played it to train their young men to be grown men, to be warriors in certain tribes. And it's meant to be played physically. It's meant to be played aggressively. And so I appreciate that we're allowed to play the game today the way it's meant to be played.
You all have been here several times. You've won a lot of national championships. What makes this one so special?
I think it's just, every year's different and every journey's different. And this team has just such powerful chemistry, and they've been so much fun to coach. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of it.
Forte. Tierney, skip past to McIntosh.
Everything's going for him right now.
Gorgeous feed. 8 points for Ryan Tierney. That ties a career high. As Teat on the doorstep has his first goal of the afternoon. Second point of the day for the senior from Brampton, Ontario. Boyle, great catch by Long. The freshman's got 4. What an afternoon for the freshman Michael Long. Today we feature the #1 team in the country, the top-ranked Yale Bulldogs, making the trip to Amherst to visit UMass. And you look at the Inside Lacrosse media poll, Yale, a unanimous #1 team after beating Penn State last weekend. UMass tried to do something they've never done under head coach Greg Cannella, which is beat the #1 team in the land. Here's Kevin Tobin working from X. getting the start at attack today. Nice move, and he finishes! Hang a lantern up in the Old North Church. Tell your friends, UMass has knocked off the #1 team in the country. 13-10 your final, the Minutemen completing the upset.
It's the #2 Nittany Lions versus the #5 Big Red. Now on Lax Sports Network.
For Cornell right now, they're doing a great job of being patient, waiting for that right shot to come. They're not forcing anything.
There's Jeff Teets first of the day for a minute to go. Unsettled situation for the Nittany Lions. Ament behind the back. Pretty finish. Oh, put that one on the highlight reel. Kevin Hill, and it's 2 in a row for Penn State. Hill moves it along. O'Keefe dodges, gets back to the left hand. Overhand shot goes. Another one for Mac O'Keefe. Penn State's back within 4. Ament now triggering to the top of the box. Sidearm pass, and that one trickles in. Dylan Fultz has tied it up. We've got a flag down as TJ Cannellin comes out of it. Here comes Cannellin. Long pole chance. We're all tied up.
Always going to draw the flag.
Mac O'Keefe. The Nittany Lions have taken the lead. A hat trick for Mac O'Keefe, and Penn State has come all the way back.
Gotta be ready. Someone's gotta be ready to slide.
T has his man on an island. Trying to get the hand free, he does! Jeff Teague ties it! So we're all knotted up with 18 seconds left. It's Jake Blatz who wins the clamp. Ball pushes forward. It's still loose. Cornell with the ground ball. Here come the Big Red. They got 10. Score! It's the face-off man, Petrakis! The Big Red have a lead with 8 seconds to go, and that will do it. Somehow, the Big Red from up 7 to down 2 to winners here at the Crowd.